Hi there, my name's Joe, and welcome to Cooking with Joe. Just an average Joe doing some cooking. Title's probably got some room for improvement. A little bit about me. I'm 28, from Bath originally, now living in Bristol. Didn't grow up wanting to be a chef. It's not some grand dream of mine. Probably quite liked the idea of it as a kid. Also like the idea of being a bin man though. These could do with pockets, couldn't they? Ever-changing ambitions. What does matter is why we're here. Obviously, we're in week 5, week 6 maybe, of lockdown. Nevertheless, we're here now. Cooking's all about connecting. So let's connect with sausage rolls. They're easy to make. The ingredients relatively easy to come by right now. And who doesn't love pastry? And of course, you know, this gives me a chance to get a few things off my chest. Been holding the mic the entire time. That's gonna fuck with audio. What do we need? Okay, so start with onions, leek, sausage meat. If you're a vegetarian, you could probably sub it out for like falafel or corn or something comparable. Easy, your choice. Pastry, store-bought or otherwise. An egg, we'll beat that later. Plenty of sesame seeds. Ah, shit. Box. Fucking sesame seeds. English mustard, or really any mustard. I think this is a strain of Dijon. No, stand corrected. Whole grain mustard. Magnificent. Seasoning, salt, bit of pepper, maybe some sage, and of course, fennel seeds, because who doesn't love fennel? So let's crack on. I always get rid of the skin bits first. Just a bit of a nuisance, aren't they? Oh, that's horrid. And that looks horrid, that, doesn't it? That's all right, we'll just peel it away. I'll show you before I... Look at that. It's fucking vile. When you're chopping onions, if you want to stop yourself getting all misty eyed, getting the tears on, cut north to south. If I'm honest, I don't know how else you'd go about cutting an onion. You know, what the alternative is in the first place, but I like to think that if you cut it diagonally, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, cut it diagonally like this, that's the trick. Oh, fuck me though. My eyes. Oh, you shouldn't do that. I'm just gonna pop this away. That's a mad time we're living in, isn't it? I don't think we're ever really gonna come back from this, you know. That's just the pessimist in me though. The optimist in me though thinks we'll see a societal shift towards some more thoughtful and responsible economics, a bit more empathy for our fellow citizen, sure, but I imagine things are going to get immeasurably shittier before they get better. Meanwhile, in America, you've got right-wing gun nuts holding states to ransom, or at the behest of the president, who also, I might add, recommended that people just inject disinfectant into their veins most recently. So, you know, could be a lot worse. Just chopping the leek at the moment. Let's just call these astroturfers what they really are. Terrorists. Domestic terrorists. So you know, okay, so astroturfing is, you know, you get grassroots movements wherein they're naturally, organically started by real people, will Astroturfing is essentially the opposite of that. Organizations or institutions will create the illusion of a grassroots movement through social media campaigns and bad faith actors, all like I say, in the effort to create the illusion of a grassroots movement. Now, in this particular case, I don't have any sources to cite here. If you can, cite your sources. But basically, this particular instance of astroturfing is on behest of these 3 gun lobbyists. And they're working with 2 organizations. So one's called UJoin and the other is called One Click Politics, I think. And they basically specialize as their mission statement in astroturfing campaigns and effective ones, so that more people then jump on board. And this is when you get people armed with an AK outside the Capitol building. I'm just frying off, by the way. I'm just frying off the onions and the leek. I got this rad mug, by the way, for Christmas from my parents. Changes from a map when there's hot beverage inside to text. We'll find out soon what it says. Do you hear that? Unbelievable. It's like she's running fucking laps up there sometimes. Honest to God, she is oppressively loud. I'm being quite negative. I'm grateful for things in life. There are plenty of things I've been grateful for. Lovely weather. So, cracking season for, I've got bird feeder. So yeah, all sorts. Few too many pigeons and squirrels at the moment, mind. I'm more a Eurasian jay kind of guy. But it's nice to see the tits. Once that's fried off, what we'll do is we'll take it off the heat. Let it cool a little bit, because you don't want it to feel like shit in your hands in a minute. What I'm doing is I've got a glass bowl, because in a minute I'm going to do some stuff and you won't be able to see it in this bowl. But basically we're going to take our sausage meat, pop that in a bowl. There we go. Fucking hell. We're gonna get our pepper. Put loads in there. Bit of salt. Bit of Cornish sea salt. Some sage. We're gonna put a fair bit of that in because there's a decent amount to go on. And we're not gonna use all of it, but we're gonna put some of it in. Some of our fennel in. A lot of that you're gonna actually pop on the surface. And then a tablespoon of the salt. I haven't got a tablespoon out, but I've got the teaspoon I used for my tea earlier. So I'll just get one of those. The thing is, I moved the table along and now the drawers won't open. You may or may not know, but the proper measurement conversion for teaspoons to tablespoons is 2 and a little bit teaspoon. That makes a tablespoon. Then you're going to get your hands out there. Once all that's properly done, we'll put in the cooled leeks and onions and really just embed them in. I feel weird about having dirty hands right now with everything going on. But I've never liked the feeling of raw food on my hands. And I've blocked the sink. This was a terrible idea. I'm not going to use that frying pan, so I can get some salmonella on the handle. It's going to feel like shit on my hands. Oh, bollocks. I tell you what, I forgot to do the garlic. The garlic was a late addition. I haven't done an intro for it either. Okay, I'm just going to wash my hands. 2 secs. Did that with my wrist. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. This was what I was after. This right here, a garlic granules. Put a load of that in there. It's pretty much the same. Did a bit of tidying up. As I say, always tidy up. Always tidy up as you cook, because no one wants to tidy up after you've eaten. Got some wine as well, which was nice. Now, once you've got all that mixed together, you're going to make that into sort of like sausage shapes. This stage is always a bloody mess. I might wash my hands again because I haven't got the pastry ready. Now, I went for store-bought pastry. Really, if you're looking to make anything involving flour or rice at the moment, eggs certainly hard to come by, though we did. You're fucked. You're really knackered. I decided, despite saying I was going to wait, to just make the sausage shapes, because I never usually do it this way, but I might move the bowl. Now, in fact, I'm really pleased I'm doing it this way, because usually I I think I wash my hands loads when I do it. I don't know, we're trying to wash our hands loads at the moment. But frankly, I'm fucking fed up with it. Grateful, positive things. Grateful for the positive things. I'm grateful for Jesus, who has always stood by me through thick or thin. Jesus was there. I can't say that. If I have an eye twitch that's gone on for the year, I mean, it comes and goes. I do feel it happens more when I'm stressed. So that's obviously going to happen. I've researched meticulously, and I've been told not to worry about it. And when I say I've been told, I mean I've read enough reassuring things to make me go, put it off for another month. But now that this is going on, and I can't go, I really want to go to my GP. Prob's fine, lol. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe. I'm back! Cram! Have some wine. Pastry will be next. Let's just tidy up a little bit. That's it. Roll those bad boys up. Get those naughty boys tucked into bed. Once we've done this, we'll baste with egg. I say you should. If you want to get that nice, lovely golden brown sort of colour in, then you got to baste with egg or milk, soya. If you can't find any eggs, or you just hate eggs, or whatever it is. In all seriousness, the state of the nation is that the nation is in a fucking state. 35% projected downturn in economic output, according to the OBR anyway. That coupled with a hobbled NHS, unequipped to deal with a pandemic of this sort of scale. It's not their fault though. For the last 10 years, our government has gutted, cut up, portioned off, privatised our health service, our national health service, in the name of profit, basically. The profit of a select few. A select few like, say, Richard Branson. Richard Branson. Richard I'm not a tax dodger. I just really love Tropical Island's Promise Branson. Richard Branson, who in 2017 was it, sued the NHS through Virgin Care because a few social enterprises and health centres acquired the contracts, not the contracts, a couple of the contracts that he wanted. You know, the billionaire Richard fucking Branson, who now wants a government bailout, you know, that Richard fucking Branson. I don't know where my pan is. If I wasn't such a silly twat, I'd have set the temperature to 180 degrees about 20 minutes ago. But here we go. We're probably in the same boat now because I didn't tell you the temperature. So that's 180 degrees. That's fan assist as well. That's gas mark 6. If you haven't got a fan in your oven, well, you add 20%. That gets you to, well, essentially 200 degrees, 198. But cool it cool at 200. Don't know what gas mark that is. If that changes, do fan assisted and non-fan assisted ovens have the same sort of like metric for gas marks, or is gas mark 6 in a non-fan assisted oven 200 degrees, and then gas mark 6 in a fan assisted is 180 degrees? That's meant to be phrased more like a question than it has been. If you could answer it, I'd love to hear. Christ. Oh, get off. So it doesn't stick too much, probably. So we want to get your egg. You know, I said you're going to beat the egg later. Well, we're going to do that now. I've got a tiny whisk. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to finish the fire. I mean, you know how to beat an egg. I don't even need to use like a clear glass kind of thing, because at the end of the day, if you don't know how to beat an egg, I suggest not doing this. Because it's simple, but if you can't beat an egg, you need to regress in your aspirations somewhat. Madness. It is mad. The other night, I mean, not even the other night, every fucking night. This evening, for example, I could hear her television, her living room television, which is above our living room, through in here, through 2 closed doors. I have spoken to her about it, but, you know, nothing's changed. But maybe I am a bit too neurotic. So I don't have a different brush, but I haven't used it for painting in years, so I don't know what that is. That looks like tobacco. Jamie, not me. Smoker anymore, am I? Yeah, quit on lockdown. Boom. Feel fine. Exercising a lot more. I'm doing a 15k. Well, this one last week, I'm doing one tomorrow as well. Oh yeah, this is really handy. So you know how your sausage rolls usually come cut like this? Well, this is how you do it. You just chop into it like that. I've done something wrong. I think I was meant to use egg to seal the pastry. I think I was going to use it as like an adhesive between the 2 ends. Okay, well, like I said, do you want to pop loads of sesame seeds on? And I'm just going to piss them off the wall because they taste delicious. Fennel! Like I say, fennel is fucking dynamite on your sausage rolls. So we're going to put a decent amount on, messing a lot. So what I'm going to do now, because a lot of this is just used to it. Idiot, Joe. Okay, so we've got fennel, we've got sesame seeds all over them. They're basted, they're cut up. The oven is now obviously warm. Let's just pop it in. The clapping's quite nice, isn't it? Is it though? I mean, genuinely asking. Because, you know, I've heard one side of the argument wherein it's offensively patronising and condescending to be clapping when for the last 10 years, well, you know. But equally, it feels like it'd be a nice gesture, no? I don't know. Maybe I've just bought into the propaganda. Had some of that sweet Kool-Aid. I mean, it is just clapping after all, isn't it? Not helping anyone, is it? Not really. 30 minutes to 35, by the way. Should have mentioned that. Or until they're golden brown, like I say. If you want to be that dangerous, you don't want to use timing, you're just gonna use your eyes. I use a chopstick. You can really use probably anything. Pop it in once you're pretty convinced it's cooked. If it's clear on the end when it comes out, that means it's cooked. With cakes, I think it probably means the same when you do it with sausage rolls as well. So, yeah, catch you in 35 minutes. That camera just turned off. Ah, I've squashed leak into the floor. There we go. Oh, look at those. Look at those. Probably can't see it there. One of these cameras has got to pick it up. Let them cool down now. I'm ready. I'm really chuffed with them. But you've got to let them cool down because they're going to be hotter than the sun right now. And you're just gonna burn yourself. If you've got one, transfer them on over to a wire rack after a little bit. I'm gonna give it a punt now. It just feels like it's fucking cooking with. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's just get there. We go. Oh my god! They're gonna drip on the table, aren't they? Bollocks. Still not enough. Magnificent looking sausage rolls, you know. They really look like the dog's bollocks. Have some of that. I'm gonna get the other camera and we're just gonna look at this because this is, I'm really pleased with these. And you could be too, you know, lockdown, you haven't got breaks, your big bites, nothing. But as long as you've got a bit of patience, sausage rolls are a thing that could happen for you right now. Well, I don't really know how else to close this video. I'm going to do a few shots there. And I'm just going to eat them. I don't know if I should film that though. It's got fennel on. I actually have a little something. I've got flour. I know. I just don't know how to make pastry. Don't care to learn either, if I'm honest. Right, go back there. That's for baking. You know, I bake cakes as well. This one. Oh, look at that. This is a different thing to what we've just made. It's capsized a little bit, I've just noticed. That's disappointing. But this is a Oreo chocolate sponge, cookie dough, no Oreo. You know what it is, you can see it. My friend, she gave me the recipe actually, Lily's the one that gave me this apron, Sister Ray. Is that showing up on that camera? Sister Ray, Freak Bakes. Sister Ray's Freak Bakes. One take.